Hey, Sod. It's a little bit later than next Friday. Um, it's also later than this next Friday. Next to this Friday. Anyway, it's been a hot minute. I'm now in Boston, and I think I'm gonna start sending you these videos on Sunday because the commute time here is pretty long on Fridays, and I wanted to send it to you on Saturday, but I was out backpacking, and I assume things like that are going to keep happening. So maybe we'll rework. I'll do Sunday, and you do Wednesday. So big takeaways. Getting able to spend all week just reading research papers was pretty awesome. Um, yeah, so that made me think grad school is in my future because being able to focus on one topic was really great for a whole week. Um, Other big things. I invested in climbing shoes and joined a bouldering gym, so that's been really fun. In terms of answering your questions, people who've given me a lot of support are mainly the people that have let me ride in their cars. So John out west, I wouldn't have been able to do a trip like that on my own. Can't rent a car. And Laura and Eric, who were willing to shuttle my stuff all the way up here to Boston. Eric driving my bike up, I would not be able to do things like on Friday I bike tuned from work. Um, then also just uh, Chris and Landon, the two mentors I have at Lincoln Lab, actually took the time to like set up a real project for me to work on, and I feel like out of the box just trusted me to actually solve a real problem for them, which at least for my compared to my past experience is really cool. One of the issues I've run into in Boston so far has been trying to figure out my commute. So Boston traffic is really bad. Um, the city was dated from the 1700s, and it hasn't really had a serious city plan. Even like in Atlanta has some kind of city planning in place. So the traffic system is pretty bad. Um, the traffic situation is pretty bad. The transit's better than in Atlanta, but it's all aimed directly into the city and then straight back out. Um, so for my commute, there's not really a direct transit other than the bus line, the charter bus Lincoln sends over to the universities all the interns are staying at. Um, so there's no option to head in really early other than biking in, which is fun to do, but spending more than 2 hours biking is not a really livable strategy. Um, so I guess my question for you is, how do you manage having a job? What is your time scale like? And especially one of the things I've been thinking about is like if I just had to work 8 hours and I was home or I lived right next to work, I'd have like 8 hours of free time in the day. But how the schedule is set up here is like we're required to take a half hour unpaid lunch break, which it seems kind of insane to me that that is a law. Well, maybe not a law, but that is how all of the companies here work, which is just insane to me. Like wild that the 8 hour movement got extended to like an 8 hour with this half hour you have to be here, but we're not going to pay you built in. It's like kind of ridiculous that the labor system lets that happen. And then like the extra to a couple of days, it's been like 11 hours between all of the extra stuff. Um, and my like wild outside proposals is like something like if you have to commute to get to work, it seems like that is being taken up by like the work segment that is supposed to be 8 hours. So maybe I should be paid for that commute time, and it should be like saddled to 8 hours. So I don't know. What is your work time yet like, and what do you think is like a normal amount of time to spend in the process of commuting to work and actually working, and like any time you're required to be there, but for some reason they're not paying you? How long do you think that should take out of your day? So, happy trails. See you maybe Tuesday, but if you want to get back to me Wednesday or Thursday, that might make me feel better.